What's up, Cowboys Nation? The Dallas Cowboys are doing things. We sure do like doing things. Cowboys are doing stuff today. Rashan Gary is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. They're going to trade a draft pick some point on day 3 next year. They're going to trade him a draft pick to pick up Rashan Gary from the Green Bay Packers. So our team who's desperate for pass rush, it is going down. Today's going to be a busy day. Make sure you're following DLLS Sports on YouTube. Our live show is going to be here in a couple of hours when we'll be keeping you up to date with everything that happens in free agency. But trades are going down before free agency even begins. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff. That's Clarence Hill. Jesse Holley will be with us in a sec. And Clarence, first thing that we know about the Cowboys acquiring Rashan Gary, and that's not even all the Cowboy news of the morning, but that's the
No. Well, technically the first one was Steele, but I don't think that was done this morning. And I also restructured the deal of Hooker, which kind of lets you know that they're trying to build a war chest. They're trying to build a war chest to get things done. If you look at what Rashan Gary, and that's just the big news this morning, the Cowboys traded for Rashan Gary. They needed cap room to get that deal, done, right? To get him, on the team, whether they restructure the deal and lower the cap figure for next year, we'll see. But yeah, they cleared cap room by doing something with two guys that we thought they might move on from in June 1st Cowboys for salary cap room and Terrence Steele and Malik Hooker. Well, Terrence Steele and Malik Hooker are going to be back on reduced deals, who helps the Cowboys create cap room.
Yeah. Ollie, we got Rashan Gary as a Dallas Cowboy. How you feeling? Good morning, team. We got a pass rusher.
Yeah, no, this is a great move. One, by the way, he's a Jersey guy. So, I'm always down for guys from Jersey, always being in great state of Texas. So, but this is the Cowboys, and we have gotten on them about, terms that they use and technicalities and the words that they use. And they talked about, and, one of the things I said, the Cowboys moving different, about busting the budget. This is a moving different moment, going to trade a guy, not giving up too many assets for a guy, bringing him in and, starting off free agency on a good note, right? Early Monday morning, this news being able to bringing in a guy who can rush off the edge. I mean, if he needs somewhere to stay, he can just call Micah and rent his place out while he's here in Dallas. That place is available. But yeah, this is a good start to free agency for the Dallas Cowboys. They are with so many needs that they have at so many different positions, whether that be edge rusher, linebacker, safety, corner, getting the ball rolling today is definitely a good start. This can't be it. Rashan Gary, trading Rashan Gary is a great start. This cannot be the peak of your free agency. This is a great start, but there needs to be more momentum behind this. There needs to be more people added behind this and not the Dollar General guys. There needs to be more Rashan Gary-ish type players, level type players that need to be added in this coming week of free agency.
Well, and I think it's important to add a little bit of context to Rashan Gary. They might have cut him. The Green Bay Packers weren't going to pay. His cap hits were going to be $28 and $31 million the next 2 years, and they weren't going to pay him. So this is a cap casualty of the Green Bay Packers. But as the Cowboys and being the acquiring team, you only pay the base salary. So you're getting Rashan Gary at $18 million where you think, the guy can still play. I don't think he's not a solid player. But Rashan Gary is not a world changer. Green Bay was not foot the bill for the contract extension that they gave him a couple of years ago. So what this is just a better version of the Kenneth Murray, Kyer Elam stuff, where a team was trying to get off of the money of a guy. But in this case, he's a better player.
I think he's a much better. I got to give him credit. He's a much, much better player than Elam and Murray and those guys. He's a great step above those type of players. He's going to help this football team. Those guys couldn't help this football team. He's going to be a much more significant help to this football team defensively than any of those guys ever were for the Cowboys.
For sure. I want to add the part of it's the same in terms of the team you acquired him from was saying, will anyone give us a day 3 pick now to get this salary off our books? On your books, that number's way lower because you don't have to pay the signing bonus.
Right.
I like it. Like, it's not it's not world changing, but for a team that had a desperate need for a starting edge and probably for a best pass rusher on the team, he's probably still your best pass rusher on the team. I mean, it's him versus Araku in terms of edge guys, and so I like it. It, but I do want to add the context of we did not just sign Trey Hendrickson,
right?
We did not win the
Max Crosby.
Right. This was a pivot to, okay, we're not going to get those things done. How can we add somebody who can help us? And so they've done it. And so now you do have a guy that can start for you as a pass rusher, and we'll see if they want to move his money around too. But it was more palatable for the Cowboys than it was for the Packers, who were not going to have him counting $30 million.
And one other thing, it's a 4th-round pick in 2027, so they're not, they don't have a 2nd-round pick. They have a 3rd-round pick in 2026. There's no way they're getting up a 2026 4th-round pick. It's a 4th-round. You would have done to do for damn near 2 days.
And that
goes pick for next year, huh?
That goes to show, to Jeff's point, is that the Cowboys said, okay, cool, we can give a 4th. And for Green Bay, they said, what do you got? What are you willing to give us? Because just about anything will get him out of here of respectability. And so that's why the Cowboys were able to unload a 4th-round pick in 2027 for Rashan Gary, because to Jeff's point, the Green Bay Packers were looking for just about anything in return before they released him out to the world. They took on that 2027 4th-round pick. But yeah, this is a good start. But again, this isn't the piece that we're looking at for the Cowboys to say, oh, our season is turned around. This is a piece that is good. This is a good piece to add to your football team. This does not change. This doesn't make you a Super Bowl contender. This doesn't make you a playoff series contender. This is a good piece that helps you in an area that you are desperately thin and poor at, but it's a good start to the Monday of free agency.
But just from a salary standpoint, from roster construction, could they still go after Trey Henderson? Could you have a Rashan Gary and a Trey Henderson, knowing that they're not your classic outside linebackers in the 3-4? There will be edge rushers, but they're more 4-3 ends historically. Trey Henderson doesn't play as a 4-3 end, but he would be like a 3-4 outside linebacker edge rusher in this defense. Same with Gary. Can you have 2 more, or you need more of a prototypical edge type outside linebacker?
I
don't know if Rashawn Phillips fits that. I'm just asking.
No, I think
Rashawn Gary.
Well, I'm talking about Jason Phillips, Jalen Phillips, or something like that
Phillips.
To add with this.
You could still add somebody like money-wise. They still could. I'd have to go look at what their salary cap looks like right this second. Like, would they have to do something in order to do it? But you could still add something. But I bet they're going to view this as we filled that up.
Right.
Whoever else we get is going to be a compliment. And we'll talk about all this stuff today. Again, our live show will be here in about 2 hours. But Rashan Gary is being traded to the Cowboys. Terrence Steele, the internet called it a restructure. Terrence Steele took a pay cut in exchange for some guaranteed money. So instead of counting 13, 16, 17, he'll count 11, 11, 11. So Terrence Steele took a pay cut in exchange for guaranteed.
And Malik Hooker.
And Malik Hooker, did he take a pay cut or did he just restructure?
No, he took a pay cut. I talked to his guy, and you'll never guess. You never guess who his guy is.
We never can guess who his guy is. Wink, wink.
Never guess who his guy was, huh?
Mugaleta?
No. Well, yes, Mugaleta, but his other guy that we know very well as well.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the his agent.
Yes.
The one that's inevitable.
Yes,
the one that's inevitable. The one that's inevitable for the Cowboys. You got to go see Mugaleta.
And I think that was I think that's a smart move by both of those guys. 2 guys who, Malik Hooker's on the back half of his career, in my opinion. So any time that you can kind of get some more money up front and it kind of guarantees, and it kind of gives you an opportunity to stay in a place that you're familiar with, you're comfortable with, that you want to be here. Because right now for aging players that cost a little money, it's like the dating pool. They got pee in the pool right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much out there, for you to try to find starting spots for you in this league that people are going to pay for. So, sometimes staying at a place that you do know at a reduced salary is better than, getting released, being stubborn, getting released, and trying to go find some new place out there. Now you got to find a new home, move your family, hope this coach like you, hope you fit in this system, hope everything works well for you. They know who Malik Hooker is here. They know who Terrence Steele is here. There is that familiarity with those players. So if they took a pay cut, that helps the Cowboys out, and it helps them out as two players who ultimately doesn't have a very strong market for themselves out there in the free world.
And one more thing, Malik Hooker just built a house in Prosper. Just moved in his house a couple of weeks ago. He wasn't trying to move.
Yeah,
he just built a new house.
And I think the Cowboys also have to be realistic with their roster and know that there's a lot we got to do without creating a new hole by getting rid of Hooker and or Terrence Steele. So if you guys will help us out, you can keep playing football. How about that? So we got Rashan Gary being added to the Cowboys on the day that free agency opens. We got a trade for Rashan Gary. Terrence Steele and Malik Hooker helped you make the money room to make that happen. And whatever else is going down today, we will, of course, have you covered on the DLLS Sports YouTube channel. DLLS Cowboys Show will be live here at 11 a.m. Central Time. And if anything else goes down before that happens, we'll probably pop back on just like this, because that's what we do when something goes down with your
I need to take a shower. I'm funky. I came from the gym. I'm stanky. I'm sweaty. Just give me 25 minutes, no news, so I can take a shower.
Doodoo Queen.
Let the Doodoo Queen take a shower. Let the second fastest man on this show take a shower. I'll give you guys.
You got to talk about that.
Get on that later. All right, everybody.
Talk about that.
See you in a bit. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.